Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 5. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. We are following breaking news out of the state capitol. Governor Gavin Newsom declaring a state of emergency over the spread of coronavirus. We'll have the latest on the impact around the U.S. and here at home. Plus, a big day for Joe Biden on Super Tuesday. We'll have a full recap from primary elections for the 14 states and the presidential race. 23 ABC News at 5 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency over coronavirus concerns. This coming after a medical professional who has been screening passengers at LAX contracted the coronavirus. Plus, LA County declaring a local health emergency and Placer County confirming the state's first coronavirus death. 23 ABC's Alex Bell joins us in studio with more on those announcements, a bill that was signed by the House of Representatives, and what local health officials said today. Alex?
Yes, as we've reported here, there are now 4 Kern County residents who have been isolated while they wait test results for the coronavirus. Now, these 4 residents are separate from the 14 county residents who were being monitored after traveling with stops that included China. We are now being told that the first group of 14 residents being monitored has now dropped down to 3.
Efforts to stop the spread of the coronavirus continue. This morning, the Kern County Public Health Department confirming that 4 local residents are currently being tested for the coronavirus.
And we have submitted their samples to the state where they are undergoing the testing, and we will keep you apprised of those results.
According to Corson, through the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, if you demonstrate certain symptoms and have a travel history, you could meet the criteria for testing and be referred by a medical professional. Corson also said they have begun a task force to monitor residents who have traveled internationally. And today, there were also new developments on the virus in Los Angeles. A medical professional who has been screening passengers at LAX has contracted the coronavirus. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security says it's unclear if the person contracted the virus through their work as a medical screener or from community transmission. The agency said no traveler screened at LAX tested positive for the coronavirus. The person who is a contractor for the Department of Homeland Security is being quarantined at home and has mild symptoms. The patient last worked at the airport on February 21st and began feeling cold-like symptoms on February 29th. The patient's doctor tested them for the coronavirus on Sunday. Also in Los Angeles, LA County public health officials say 6 new cases are linked to an assumed known exposure source. 3 patients traveled together in northern Italy, and 2 who are family members who had close contact with a relative who reportedly tested positive for the virus. The first patient confirmed to have the coronavirus in Los Angeles County was back in January. Officials in Placer County also reporting the first coronavirus death in the state. Officials said that the patient had tested positive for the virus after returning from a cruise to Mexico. They were described as an elderly adult with underlying health conditions. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives today overwhelmingly passed an $8.3 billion funding bill in response to the coronavirus. This marks the first major step by Congress to tackle the growing number of cases and deaths in the U.S. Only 2 people voted against the bill, with 415 voting in favor. This coming just hours after lawmakers in both chambers struck the bipartisan deal for emergency funding. The Senate is expected to take up the measure as early as this week.
Today, the Kern County Department of Public Health also announced that they will be sharing daily updates online. And of course, you can head to our website, turnto23.com, to get a direct link to the kernpublichealth.com website to see how the coronavirus is being monitored here in Kern County. But for now, reporting live in studio, I'm Alex Bell for 23 ABC News, connecting you.
All right, Alex, thanks. Moving into the Live Center now, local Congressman and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy releasing a statement on the passing of the bill. He wrote in part, quote, "For the past week, I've been imploring that politics be left out when it comes to dealing with a public health crisis. Today, Democrats demonstrated they finally agree." He added the final coronavirus spending bill agreed to by both sides does not include partisan legislative language that would have slowed down vaccine development, procurement, and availability. End quote. Now, of course, to read the full statement, it is all posted right now on our website, turnto23.com. At this time, Congressman TJ Cox has not released a statement on the decision. Now to the latest from Super Tuesday. 2 measures that local people voted on were measures D and E, which look to get into the marijuana industry, but both failed yesterday. A former pot shop owner says he wasn't surprised by the results, but says it creates a bigger black market for the industry.
No. All they did for the black market is they just made it bigger. That's all they've done. It's like this. People realize, okay, even if you make it illegal to buy alcohol, people are still going to make alcohol and sell alcohol.
With all 657 precincts reporting, right now Measure D has 60% of voters against the measure and only 40% for it. Measure D would have supported medicinal marijuana dispensaries to operate without a conditional use permit, with 3.75% special business tax per every $1,000 income. Kern County also voted against Measure E with 58% against and 42% for. It would have reversed the ban on medicinal marijuana shops in Kern County, include some governmental oversight and restrictions on exactly where the shops would be permitted to operate. 3 seats on the Board of Supervisors were on the ballot yesterday. The Kern County Elections Office still needs to count vote by mail, provisional, and conditional ballots. But according to votes counted overnight, the seats of Supervisor District 1, District 4, and District 5 appear to be decided. District 4 appears to be the closest race for a Board of Supervisors seat, with David Couch leading with 57% of the votes against Emilio Huerta at 43% of the votes. In District 5, incumbent Leticia Perez, who has held the position for 7 years, is leading with 58% of the votes against 4 opponents. As for District 1, Philip Peters is expected to win that seat. We're going to have more on that race coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 6. There's a new tool to track your vote by mail ballot. The Secretary of State posting a video so that you can track it. Voters can sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to receive automatic email, text messages, or voice call notifications about their ballot. You'll know when it was received and counted. So for more information, be sure to head to our website, turnto23.com. Now to the latest in the race for the White House. Another candidate dropping out of the race. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg suspending his campaign. He says he's supporting Joe Biden, who had the big win last night, sweeping the South. But the race far from over. Biden running neck and neck with Senator Bernie Sanders in the delegate count. ABC's Serena Marshall has more on that race.
Another candidate out of the presidential race and putting their weight behind former Vice President Joe Biden.
I've always believed that defeating Donald Trump starts with uniting behind the candidate with the best shot to do it. And after yesterday's vote, it is clear that candidate is my friend and a great American, Joe Biden.
Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg had poured more than $230 million into Super Tuesday alone and didn't win a single state. Biden, however,
They don't call Super Tuesday for nothing.
capturing 10 of the 15 contests and gaining at least 250 delegates, thanks to surprise wins in Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Texas, where a strong support from black voters helped him edge out Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders.
Look, we're going to bring together all Americans, and we did that. We showed that last night.
Biden now in a two-man race with Sanders, who holds a commanding lead in delegate-rich California, which is still yet to be called, propelled by large margins of the Hispanic vote. He also took victories in Utah, Colorado, and his home state, Vermont.
Which side are you on? Joe and I have a very different vision for the future of this country, and Joe and I are running very different campaigns.
The magic number to victory, 1,991 delegates, and the race could play out until the final primary in June and the convention in July. Senator Elizabeth Warren's also still in this race, but after coming in third in her home state of Massachusetts this morning, the senator's staff says she was talking to them about the path forward. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
We have all the latest updates on each race, measure, and proposition from the California primary on our website at turnto23.com. Also, be sure to download our mobile and tablet app to get updates.
A nice and warm, beautiful day out there today in the valley. We saw temperatures in those low 80s, and you can expect that to stick around for tomorrow. But taking a look at the roof cam, you see that sun out there about to set. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. Those clear skies we've been seeing today, they will stick around for tomorrow, which is absolutely great news. But for temperatures right now, currently 81 in Bakersfield, 80 in Lamont, as well in Arvin, in Rosamond, 77, 61 in Lockwood Valley, and 52 in Fraser Park. There's a few low low-lying clouds, but that's not too much. We're still seeing those clear skies out there. Taking a look at our temperature change, we're seeing those temperatures warm up. They're just climbing and climbing as the hours go on by. McFarland, you're seeing 10 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago and 9 degrees warmer in Tehachapi and Keene. But your air quality for tomorrow will stay in the moderate range with an AQI of 53 as that storm system we're tracking possibly on Saturday. Take a look right here. 10% chance of rain. The storm system is bringing just a little bit of moisture, but we will have windy conditions. But good news for tomorrow and Friday, we have the chance to beat some record heat. So we'll have the details on that coming up.
2 suspects have been arrested for the killing of a man who was found with multiple stab wounds in central Bakersfield back in January. Bakersfield police arrested 47-year-old Luis Bell and 45-year-old Dylan Bell at a home off of Water Street Tuesday. Police say the suspects were arrested for murder and conspiracy for the murder of Dante Lee. Lee was found on 30th Street suffering from multiple stab wounds and was pronounced dead at the scene. Further investigation led to the arrests of Luis and Dylan Bell. They are currently booked into the county jail. Today, local water officials holding their annual Kern County Water Summit to talk about several issues facing the industry. It was the 4th summit that was put on by the Water Association of Kern County, and this one was held at Mechanics Bank Arena. Organizers say it is a gathering of all the water interests in Kern County, from water districts to farmers to oil companies. They all pack in under the same building to address issues and come up with solutions for those problems.
And we're talking about everything related to water, the challenges that agriculture and cities face and industrial users face in trying to obtain adequate water supplies, what some of the legislative challenges are and regulatory challenges are, and then hopefully some solutions too.
Event organizers say it is very beneficial to get water leaders and experts in the same room to talk about the issues.